Wait. I'm Girl Thor.
I'm big, strong, burly man.
Yes.
He's a friend from work. I love that line.
That's a
so
good line.
much.
It's not from this movie.
It's not from this movie.
There aren't any good lines in this movie.
Wow, way to start off the episode, Garrett, with so much negativity. Who would have thought?
Guy. I'm happy today. I got my hair cut, if you can't notice. Our longtime viewers will appreciate that. Probably thought I was a creepazoid, but now I am a handsome young man. Let's get some stats on this movie.
Oh my gosh. Hi, welcome to the Love of Film 2.0. I'm your co-host, Alicia Lucas, and this is your other co-host, Garrett Burkett, who completely, every single time we film, forgets about the intro. Yell at him.
I'm supposed to be the one that's like a veteran of this show.
Yeah, for real.
I didn't do the introductions last time. I forgot his name. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I really am. I can picture your face. I haven't talked to you in a while. You should reach out. But
anyway,
he used to do the introductions, and then we would all come in.
I see.
Yeah.
We don't have that many people on our team this time.
We don't. We have two. One black, one blue. Two Cadillacs, one gold, one blue. Wait, what's the line?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're referring to.
It's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song.
Cool.
All right.
Anyway, today we're talking about Thor: Love and Thunder, if you didn't gather by the two Thors behind us. So just some general stats on this movie. It has a 64% on the tomato meter and a 77% in the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The budget for it was $250 million, and the box office, $250 million.
Yeah, sure didn't seem like it.
No. And the box office hit $758.4 million. So
let's go stat by stat and see how we feel about them.
Okay.
64% on the tomato meter. On Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's a little high.
That is high. That is really high.
That's a little high.
That's a smidge high.
Okay, wait. If I think about it from a unbiased, not a Marvel fan perspective.
It's still a pretty bad movie.
Yeah, but it's like 64 makes more sense.
Yeah, I guess if you go in not having a whole lot of respect for the characters after all these years, then you cannot see how they're being completely degraded in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
77% is very high.
That's
audience. What were you thinking?
High. I think a lot of kids see this movie and they think, oh, that's cool, and then their parents are like, oh, good. You shut the kids up for 2 hours. That's a 77% right there. I think that's where a lot of these Marvel movies get their, and just like Marvel fans, like Marvel nuts, which they shouldn't have liked this movie.
Everything.
Yeah, those specifically. $250 million for the budget. Really?
Really?
Did you watch that first scene? CGI was bad. As bad as I've seen it in a Marvel movie.
I don't even remember the first scene.
The first scene? Well, maybe not the very first scene.
One of the most specific things that I remember is the kids.
Oh yeah, the kids had Astrid's head.
Yeah, Astrid. That's his name.
Well, it looked like it was done.
This looks like it looks like a DCOM movie. It looks like a Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, it
100%.
does. Yeah,
it looks like a Wizards of Waverly Place movie.
That scene specifically, but like the scene where they're battling on the planet and Thor puts his legs, spreads his legs and does a what is that guy's name? Dick Van Dyke. Remember did the split across the trucks, the split that he did, and he stops the two gliders from going into each other. You remember that? And he's sitting there, he's struggling with it, and then he just jumps up and they run together. Anyway,
I don't remember a lot about this movie.
It looks like Gary's mod.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
It does look very
awful bad.
There's a handful of scenes that are pretty good. I would say the scenes with all the gods, the actual set looks pretty.
Yeah.
The actual set does.
There were some gods that just looked really bad animated, almost as bad as DCEU's recent films. Almost that level of bad CGI. Very not impressive. $250 million? Where did that go? Is Natalie Portman that expensive these days? Was she $249 million and then he's $1 million? And then they just somehow found spare change in Taika Waititi's wallet to fund all the CGI? I doubt that happened. Maybe they're just bad at allocating resources.
Maybe.
$758.4 million. That's pretty average for a Marvel film. I
Yeah,
feel like
I
that's
would
pretty typical, especially when people are excited to go back to theaters, which hasn't really proven to be the case overall. But for Marvel movies, people show up. People show up for Marvel movies.
Always. In my notes for today, I have two things. One, general synopsis, which we will get to in a moment. And two, this movie was bad. See you next week. Cut. No, I'm
We're
kidding.
going to spend a lot of time on the general synopsis, but
General synopsis, if you haven't seen the movie, we start off the movie with
Gore is his name.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. The God Slayer's name is Gore.
Right. Gore with 2 R's, correct? I think it is.
I never saw it spelled.
I think it's 2 R's. Gore, G-O-R-R.
Batman himself.
Batman himself, played by
Bale.
Christian Bale. You know what? That's another huge part of the budget went into Christian Bale.
Oh,
Everybody wants
right.
Christian Bale.
So they split the $250 million
Between
Natalie
these
Portman,
three.
Chris Hemsworth, and
Yeah. Anyway,
Christian
so yeah, we start off the movie. Christian Bale, Gore has his daughter, and she dies because he's in the desert, basically. Spoiler. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's the first 5 minutes of the movie, so I don't know if that's technically a spoiler. Is it a spoiler? If it's the first 5 minutes of the
No,
movie?
definitely
Okay, cool.
not.
Cool. So, yeah, it's just basically how Gore is angry at the gods, and then Thor is a god, and
Yeah.
all these gods are dying because of Gore, and then Thor is like, I don't think I want that to happen. And so he tries to stop that from happening with the help of female Thor, Natalie Portman, and obviously Valkyrie and Korg. And I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valkyrie is confirmed to be bisexual,
Hot.
which is cool.
Love that for us.
Korg is gay. His species doesn't have a female counterpart.
Yep.
So that's cool. That's the love part, I guess.
Representation.
Yeah. But it comes at the price of just the movie being really bad. Really bad. Put gay people in good movies.
Yeah. Another bad one of this was Eternals.
Eternals. Yeah. We had team diversity and they were just the
worst movie.
ever. Like, it's fine to just be good and also have a diverse cast.
Yeah. What's the deal?
That's like, those two things are not counter to one another. But if you watch these two movies,
You would think so.
would think so. You sure would think so. It's like, oh, wow, they really just don't allow that to happen, do they? For these two movies specifically, these are the only two that you've seen. Yeah, really bad acting in this movie. Natalie Portman, her grand return to the MCU is so lackluster, so filled with one-liners that are supposed to make you laugh, but she's not funny. It's the line.
It's the kind of funny that she's cringy, but it's like she's supposed to be funny because of how cringy she is, but then it's like you're kind of just like, I don't know.
No, I don't think you're pulling that off very well.
Yeah.
With the lines and the delivery, like, take another take. Some of these movies, some of these scenes in this movie, I was just like, take another take. Like, you fumbled the line. Like, it's so bad, you look like you're reading a script.
Are we just haters?
No, this movie's that bad. If you hate it, it's that bad.
I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'd probably give it like a,
Well, we'll reveal it later. But
it's not good, but maybe we're hating.
also, 1 second, this whole movie is predicated on the point that there is a one wish in the middle of the universe that is only capable of being used.
Oh, this is we're stepping into spoilers right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Reached by the Bifrost. Wait a second. Hold up. In the entirety of the entire universe, Loki had the Bifrost. Thanos had the Bifrost. Thor's had the Bifrost. His father Odin has had the Bifrost. No one has thought, that secret wish that's in the middle of the universe could be useful to, cancel Ragnarok. In the case of Thanos, wipe out half the universe. You didn't have to do all of this. You didn't have to have all the Infinity Stones. You just need the Bifrost. That's all you need. And you can make one wish. One snap of your fingers. The MCU, the multiverse has been Is it at the center of the universe or the multiverse?
I don't know.
Is it at the center of the multiverse?
I don't know.
That's so, like, the Living Tribunal. It's just like, nah, dog. Like, no one has touched me.
Yeah, there's that. And then, like,
That's so upsetting and annoying.
I think that for Marvel as a whole, with the exception of Spider-Man, I feel like they're trying to add so many new things that they just keep trying to be grander and grander than the last movie. Our previous show of this was Eternals, where they were trying to be grander than Endgame, which was a stupid thing for them to try to do, and they failed miserably at it. And then down to this, where you have this thing that is a massive, huge, gaping hole in all of the plots of every single movie ever, now because there was this the entire time that nobody knew about, except everybody knew about it, including this guy who was in the desert for a bajillion years. Like,
also, both him and Thor are very greedy in this movie. Gore wants to save his daughter, who's already dead, which is fine, you know, save your daughter. But Thor,
Gore wasn't using the thingy to save his daughter. He was using it to kill all gods.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What? He's not using it to save his daughter? He does in the end.
He does in the end.
But he's using it to kill all gods. And Thor, the lovable character that we've grown with, that's like, he's grown in his intelligence, he's grown in his emotional intelligence, he's grown in his wisdom over the course of the MCU. He started out as a brash frat boy, and now he's like weathered. He's been through a lot. He had his shaved head for a while, he was rolling with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he was a space cowboy. But now he's gonna use his one wish to save Natalie Portman from dying? Wait a second, hold up. Cure all cancer. Save all the gods. Do something that's actually grandiose. If you're gonna make the plot like so huge, all of the gods are dying because of this wish in the middle of the universe, then make Thor's
Also,
like desires that grand, not just saving her.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like, okay, I get what you're saying. I do, and it does make sense. But like, the second she came, the second you saw she has cancer, you knew there was going to be a cure for it. You knew that there was going to be a cure for it. Because there's no way that the entire plot of this movie is just her slowly dying of cancer, right? There's going to be a cure for it, and there's going to be that option to take. He doesn't take it, which is fine, because, you know, she dies in the end, and that's peaceful, I guess, in a way. But it's like, so for that cure to be there, there's no way that they weren't going to let him mention it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It is dumb. Like, I get it. It is dumb. But, like, if you're going to put her in there with, there's so much. The more I'm thinking about it, the angrier I'm getting. Also, like, she had cancer in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
She got it from radiation.
I just wish.
Thor.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I wish that they had some foresight to literally anything about anything. Like, foresight, obviously, to the wish thingy. Foresight to Natalie Portman, or to Thor, or to...
The mighty Thor, Jane Foster.
Her name? Jane, having cancer. Which, I guess if you read the comics, you knew that that was going to happen, but some of us didn't read all of them, or read any of them.
That's fine. You're good.
I feel like here I am raging about everything Marvel, and then I'm just like...
Following comics. That's fine. You can be upset about the movies. The movies are just as bad as the comics.
Listen, I don't know. This is probably going to be a short episode because it's a bad movie.
It's a really, really poorly done movie.
It's just like...
You
know what? It's just like... Maybe we should just, like, this is the pattern with Thor movies. Thor 1 was okay, Thor 2 was bad, Thor 3 was okay, Thor 4 is bad.
They're like Star Trek.
Sure.
But in reverse, maybe? Which one of the Star Treks?
I didn't watch any of the Star Trek movies.
That's okay. Wrath of Khan was the second one, so I think the even ones are good. For this one, it's the odd ones. We should put them together like puzzle pieces, make a whole series. But, what was I going to say? Oh, Gore? They couldn't have just made him a really good swordsman. They could have just done that. Like, he takes the sword. It's established that this is the sword. This sword kills gods. And it's a sword. And then he never is seen fighting with the sword. He sends goo monsters after people. Goo monsters that I've seen in literally every like B-list superhero movie ever has these goo monsters.
And Disney Channel original movies.
And Disney Channel original movies. Just put this on Disney Channel. Thor: Love and Thunder coming to Disney Channel October 22nd. I don't know.
That's my brother's birthday.
Good for him. His birthday is the day after Taylor Swift releases her new album.
Yeah.
His birthday will be overshadowed, unfortunately. But
he turns 20.
yeah,
That's
wish
weird.
Alicia's brother a
It's
happy
fine.
birthday.
It's a
in
month
the
away.
comment
Relax.
section down below.
We will have 3 more episodes before that happens.
Wish Taylor Swift a happy album release.
Wish 5 Seconds of Summer a happy album release.
Wish
Their
Matt
releases,
Watson.
their one release. When does our episodes release?
This movie's so bad we're not even talking about it anymore.
Huh? Tomorrow. Okay. Their album, 5 Seconds of Summer album comes out Friday, September 23rd.
So tomorrow when you're watching this.
Tomorrow when you're watching this.
Dear viewer.
If you're a fan like I am, you'll be happy like I am. Anyway, back to the movie.
Back to the movie. I'm so.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
The music in this movie is really bad. They tried to go for an 80s aesthetic like a quarter of the time, but didn't make the 80s aesthetic stick with anything except for having Russell Crowe, which, okay, what is he gonna do? Be Sue.
Oh, that was another thing.
That's Russell Crowe, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's Russell Crowe.
That was another thing, because you mentioned earlier about how if Thor was going to make a wish, he should make a grander wish, like saving the gods, and his entire thing is about saving the gods because Gore is killing all of them, and then he kills Zeus himself.
Yeah, it was Russell Crowe. Yeah, he does kill Zeus himself, but tries to. In the end credit scene, he's alive.
Yeah,
and I believe it's Perseus or Hercules that's sent after him. I think it's Perseus.
It's Hercules.
It's Hercules.
But why? Why? I don't want that to happen.
I don't want, well, let's think of it this way.
Well,
they haven't brought up the gold guy, Adam, since Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. He hasn't come up at all.
End credit scene?
Yeah, it was an end credit scene of Adam. And they probably won't bring this guy up anymore.
Probably not.
They probably just will throw it away.
Yep.
They tend to do that.
They should do that.
They should.
They really, really
Don't bring
should.
those goo monsters back, by the way. I don't want those. Think of something more creative. It's a sword. Just make him a cool swordsman. That's allowed.
All I'm asking is that Marvel stops trying to one-up the previous movie.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Start clean, start fresh. And you're doing that with Spider-Man, and I see that coming, and I'm happy about that.
They're not even doing it with Spider-Man, really.
Well, they did give him a fresh start.
They did give him a fresh start. I will say that. They did give him a fresh start.
The slate is clean for
But
him.
here's what they did in Spider-Man. They made the stakes astronomically... Wait, what?
Sorry.
No, you're good. They made the stakes astronomically high. The fate of the multiverse is at stake, but the perspective is from a kid who just wanted to get into college with his friends. So the perspective is like, oh, it's my responsibility. So instead of the stakes seeming like they're multiversal, the stakes are entirely within him because the conflict is within him. So you're not seeing the stakes of the multiverse like Doctor Strange is saying. You know that won't happen, and they don't treat you like it's not going to. But you don't know necessarily that Spider-Man will cure all these villains and send them back to their multiverse or their universes.
Yeah.
You don't know that, certain people are going to turn a new leaf. You don't know that the stakes are lowered based off the perspective that you're given, but at the same time keeping that multiversal threat. If that's what you want to do, you could have made this movie like that. You really could have. With Thor, his stakes could have been concentrated onto Natalie Portman. Like they are, because that's what he wants to wish for. Instead of just making it seem like he cares that all these gods are dying, which there's no evidence that he cares at all, really, except for what he says. All of his actions are just to save her life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem like all the gods are going to die. And if those are the stakes, we already know that they're not going to, so don't focus on them. We know that all those kids are going to live from Asgard, from New Asgard. We know that Thor's gonna live. We know that even Zeus, I was like, he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
You don't die in the MCU if you're important. And Zeus seemed to be set up as important. So I knew he wasn't gonna die. I don't know. It's such a bad movie. It's so bad. This might be my least favorite Marvel movie. I dislike it that much.
Eternals?
Eternals was bad, but I forgot about how bad it was. If I start talking about Eternals now, I won't remember a lot of it. But I remember how bad this movie is. I mean, it's just the
You'll forget.
I'll forget.
And then you'll be super hyped for the next coming movie.
Oh, I'm already hyped for it.
I know.
But I know it's going to be
It's
bad.
our fatal flaw.
I know it's going to be bad, but I'm not even excited for the movie. What I'm excited for is watching it with my friends. That's what I'm excited for. What are you excited for? Let us know in the comment section down below. This was a shorter episode, 19 minutes or so. 19 minutes. Can we talk for another 11? Probably not. I hope y'all are having a good day, audience. I'm having a good day.
Up until this.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Not you, audience, and our lovely producers.
Zach.
And but
And I should not have started saying names. Well, Connor.
Connor.
Zach and Connor. Yes, I remembered it. I didn't need to look and see what he mouthed to me.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, Connor.
we're talking about the movie. The movie was the problem,
movie was bad.
not anybody else.
Yeah, Zach and Connor are cool. Don't bully them in the comment section down below. Give them a lot of praise. Please. Can I say anything good about this movie? Let me think. Let me think for a minute. We have a few more minutes. Let me think. Can I say anything good about this movie?
Valkyrie's hot.
No, aside from the actors and actresses, like, being hot, because that wasn't the, doing of Taika Waititi or any of the production crew. Maybe casting. But they didn't even cast Valkyrie. She was already casted.
Okay. All right, Garrett.
I like Thor's new look. I like Jane Foster's new look. And despite the scene making literally no sense at all, I liked when all the kids became little tiny Thors. That was kind of cute.
That was cute. That was so stinking cute.
You see, that's what we look for in Marvel movies now. The movie was awful. It was terrible, but that was kind of cute.
That was so stinking cute.
I like the helm that Jane Foster wears. It's nice. It's a good adaptation from the comics. The jokes don't land. I don't think I laughed a single time in this movie. Gore's pretty bad. Thor's pretty bad. Gore and Thor. Like, really?
Why?
Gore, in a scene, just feels like the Joker. But poorly done, like Jared Leto Joker. He's played Batman, and now he's played the Joker in the MCU. You remember what scene I'm talking about? Where he's talking to the kids, he's like, oh, I'm gonna...
Yeah.
I was like, this is so cringy. The jokes were cringy, the villain was cringy. The CGI was the worst part of this movie.
For sure.
Disney Channel original movie. Let's see.